Well, hey there. Thanks so much for joining me again. I'm super stoked to show you this big old, I think 33-foot 4x4 F-450 Cummins swapped 4x4, I think I already said that, RV. So we were hanging out with Carl, the owner of Nitro Gear and Axle, just kind of chatting about gearing, and he brought this rig up and it was sitting outside, so we decided to do a full walkthrough. So let's kind of dive on into that, and here you go with my little intro. Woo! We got Aaron and Carl from Nitro Gear and Axle.
Hey guys, I'm Carl with Nitro Gear. Like, you know, our F-450 camper out there, you know, it weighs 17,000 pounds. And it's got a Cummins swapped into it, and it's twin turbo, but mainly because we had to do different turbos anyways, not really to try to make the most power out there possible, although it does make a lot of power. But it's got 538 gears to match the military 41-inch tires, and so it, you know, it just drives like it should. I mean, you can drive it like a car, 70 miles an hour on the freeway, no problem. Jeez. Never downshifts. You can go over any mountain pass at the speed limit. You know, and I don't run it on. There's several settings for the power performance, and I don't run it on anything high. You know, it's just the gearing makes it possible.
I wouldn't have guessed any of those sentences. According to, like, with that truck, that's crazy.
Yeah,
that thing's big.
It's out here.
Yeah, I know. I was looking at it, so we should definitely check that thing out.
Yeah.
Sure. What do you call that?
Well, it started
got a name
as an Explorer with an X. Is the company, the small company they did. There's a few of them out there. They're kind of hard to find. It was already an RV, but we modified it pretty extensively. So it's got. It's only about a 2-inch lift with heavier springs and stuff like that. It's got a 05 and newer F-550 front end swapped into it, so it's 6 inches wider than stock, but it gives it a tighter turning radius than an F-350 pickup truck. And coil sprung up front, it rides pretty good. And then bushwhacker cutouts to fit the military 41-inch tires. And the main reason we went with tires this big is we didn't want dualies anymore, wanted singles. And in order to get that kind of weight capacity, that's pretty much the only thing in that size range. And these are Goodyear tires, and they've been pretty amazing. They've actually got a ton of miles on them. They're hardly wearing.
Nice.
But Hazard Fab Works, custom rear bumper. We got buck stop wheels. They're a super sync for the super single conversion. And then Cummins swapped by a diesel conversion specialist in Montana. The one thing that it was lacking is a 6-liter Ford. Every trip had problems with it. If it wasn't blowing head gaskets or cracking heads, it was something little that was seemingly major when you're on a trip and it won't start. It's been really reliable since. And then an ATS trans to help it hold up from the power. So this one's, you know, it makes a lot of power. I mean, but it, you know, it does good on the highway, and you know, you can take it a lot of places.
Yeah.
That most RVs won't go.
Yeah. So you had the 6.0, and rather than bulletproofing it,
no, I did do that.
You did
still blew up.
You did bulletproof it. No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it still blew up.
Yeah, I got a total of 43,000 miles out of it, and that included it bulletproofing it at 19,000 when the head gaskets blew.
Wow.
It cracked heads, turbos went bad. I mean, you name it. I mean, anything in the, you Google 6-liter Power Stroke and problems, and it had every one of those. So.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, the Cummins, it's probably nice to have in there now.
Yeah, it is. That pretty much made the truck.
That's crazy.
You know, it's nice because we have a queen bed up front, one in the back, and then there's a slide out that's got another bed, so it fits. You know, my family of 4 can be comfortable camping in the winter, out of the elements, inside, and plenty of room and space. And
that's so cool.
Yeah.
Looks like you've done some like changes kind of all over.
Yeah,
huh?
So it's got, you know, we didn't fully gut it or anything, but we revamped it recently. It's got, you know, Corian countertops and, you know, stainless sink and all the hardware's been replaced, different flooring. This slide out goes out another about 3.5 feet, so you've got tons of room in here.
Oh wow, so it's in right now.
Yeah, it's in right now. So you've got another, 3.5, 4 feet of space once that goes out. So there's a queen bed up here. It's nice to have a pass through. So
yeah,
which makes you don't even have to get out of the truck when you're on the road. You pull in somewhere at 1 a.m., which seems to be all the time, and you just climb in the back and go to bed.
Yeah.
If you need to get out of there early in the morning, you just hop in and drive away. Rarely do I ever. It started off as an RV, but I don't really ever, plug in or anything like that. It's got solar and a bunch of batteries, and then I swapped it to this Nature's Head composting toilet, which has been awesome. It actually stinks less than most regular RV toilets, and you never have to go to the RV dump. And I use it almost every weekend in the winter. I'm at some different ski area, camped in it, and never have to worry about stuff freezing. And I've got heat that's plumbed into the freshwater tank, so I can, midwinter you can even take a shower and stuff like that.
Oh, nice.
Everything's all insulated pretty well.
Have you had any issues with water getting in it when you take a shower? Do you do anything?
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So it's pretty well sealed, and that's awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard really good things about those. That's cool.
Yeah, and then we got the
another
queen
bed
bed
there,
in the back, so lots of sleeping space and lots of storage. 12-volt fridge and freezer, Dometic.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like how you can. It's still super open in here with the slide in.
So usually for quick camping, or if there's just two of us, a lot of times I'll just leave it in.
Yeah.
And then, but if if we'll be there, we got 4 people, I'll slide it out, and you got plenty of room for everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool, because I've been in some rigs where, I've been in one trailer, you can't access the bathroom without putting the slide out.
Oh, really? Yeah. No.
You'd have to crawl over. It was silly.
Yeah.
So it's cool
Yeah.
that it's kind of an option.
Yeah, it gives you that option.
Wow, this thing's huge. I would love to live in this.
Yeah, I did live in it full time for a few months, and then
cool.
Just lots of regional trips. 3 days, 4 days, all the time.
Yeah.
So it gets, I don't even know how many nights of use every year. It's always on the road, all over the Northwest and interior BC and stuff like that. In fact, the wrap it's a new wrap that's on it, and it's all local mountains.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So.
It's always cool to hear the story behind the wrap.
It's not just generic, pictures of mountains. It's it's got Mount Rainier on one side, Mount Stewart on the other, which you can actually see from right here up to Mount Stewart, and then it's got Glacier Peak and Mount Hood over the hood.
Nice.
And then
Mount Hood over the hood.
It did have before the wrap was kind of getting old, but it had the Mission Ridge Bomber Cliffs, which I live right up there. It's our local ski area.
Sweet.
And so,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Well, this thing is really cool. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it feels I like the changes you've done.
Yeah.
Especially with the walls.
Yeah, and this is actually a slate veneer. It's actually stone.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
wow. Really thin stone. That's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want it too thick for the weight, but it's nice to have real stuff. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, and obviously this rig you're not as concerned with weight as a lot of them, but
yeah.
But actually the other thing that's crazy too is fuel economy's pretty good. I think the best I've got is 13.6, but when it weighs 17,000 pounds and it's 41-inch tires and it's pushing wind, a lot of four-wheel drives, that weigh a quarter of that or a third of that are getting worse mileage on highway trips.
Yeah, I get about 14 last time I checked, so
yeah.
That's crazy. I think your gearing's working.
You figure you got a Tacoma with a little off-road trailer, you're going to get 10.
Yeah. Wow.
In fact, I one year I took, I had a 100 series Land Cruiser, and when it was all loaded up with the rooftop tent, you're going through Idaho at 80 miles an hour. You don't get the best of fuel economy. And then the next year I towed it down. I flat towed it down with this, and pretty much got the same economy.
Wow. That's
with
crazy.
26,000 pounds going down the road or something like that,
Wow.
Which is the diesels are a lot more efficient when they are under load.
Yeah. And the good gears and good
Yeah.
good setup sounds like
Yeah.
that has a lot to do with
And
it too. That's
people
cool.
ask me a lot of times, is like, oh, is it top heavy? Because it's on big tires and stuff. But the overall height isn't that high.
Yeah.
I mean, for what it is, it's 11 feet ish.
Yeah.
Which there's a lot of regular RVs that are taller than that, or you get any of the bigger truck campers on a pickup truck, and they're taller than that too.
Yeah. Yeah, no, 11's not bad.
Yeah.
I think Aaron's rig might be close to that or something. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Hellwig sway bar.
Nice.
That makes a big difference too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they always do. Cool, man. Well,
Yeah.
thanks so much for
Yeah.
showing us
Yeah,
this
absolutely.
beast.
Thanks
this
for coming
thing's-
out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much for watching. It was truly a pleasure to chat with Carl from Nitro Gear. And we also made a couple other videos about gearing and things like that. So check those out. Also check them out at nitro-gear.com if you're looking for any kind of gearing or spools or lockers, things like that. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out more of the channel. I got tons of rig walkarounds and lifestyle stories, as well as stories from my life living full-time on the road in my overland vehicle. Really, the only question I have for you is, are you down to mob?